Been doing that too, Logan, trying to get the players to recap.
Man, on the spot.
On the spot.
You should have told him ahead of time. He could have prepared something nice.
He's got a whole page written up.
All right, I did take some notes, but this isn't going to be too impressive, but I'll do my best.
Well, we can fill in the gaps if there are any.
Okay. No, that's... 21st.
It'll be the 27th, I think.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I believe 1 week ago, we, on delayed time, were boating with the Rakshasa, and we made our way to the 666th layer of the abyss.
Indeed.
And I pictured Asgard as we fell off of this blood ocean into space, as it seemed, and started floating. And then as we were falling, Tick was able to animate the boat.
Yeah, that's right.
To somewhat right itself. And we had somewhat of a controlled fall. And in the middle of that, we were attacked by, I can't remember what they were called, but I believe we had 3 demonic-looking beings on the edge.
A Belazoo, an Armentite, or 3 Armentites, and an Alkalith.
So we commenced battle with them, and it was pretty hairy there for a while.
Yeah, I was worried.
I was worried that we were going to roll into the most powerful demons with no hit points, and we pretty much did.
Yeah.
I think I had no spell slots left by the time we got there.
Yeah, Rainfear and Melandria were both out as well.
Yeah, like
Same.
30 of my 108 hit points. It was pretty gnarly, but we were able to take them out. At the end, I was able to slice one of them in half on a crit, maximum 3rd level divine smite, which was pretty killer. And we eventually landed the boat and rolled into our demonic meeting, and I felt like we did pretty well with our negotiations. And ultimately, I was able to kind of force feed that I wanted all 8 boons.
That's right. At the low cost of 1 Rainfear, you're out.
Who will come get?
That is right, Rainfear.
Though you did establish an additional trade potential if you are able to, at one point, manipulate into being a new transportation method from them to access the 9 hells. They would be willing to make a transfer and return to you the one they'd stolen.
Yeah. I'll look into it. It's on my list.
And I'd like to add of note that when we left, Bran was almost obviously physically affected by the transformation of the boons, but you could see it emotionally on him through tears and the way he carried himself on into our rest.
Absolutely. A perfect synopsis there, Bran. And now you find yourselves once again exiting the abyss onto the material plane once again, and you find yourself in the first day of Quintas, the 6th month of the year, with 14 days until the coming of the red moon. And it is there we pick up the following morning, having found yourself outside, still next to this grand tree, the giving tree, as it was so called, in the center of this lake. What would you guys like to do?
I want to walk up to Bran in the middle of the night, like before morning really comes, or very early morning.
Okay. You see he's sort of laying there, like almost curled up, and Melandria is awake, sort of just like stroking his cheek.
Shit, I forgot Melandria was there.
She looks up to you, judgmentally as usual.
And I'm going to say, if you're loud enough to startle me, I'm going to wake up. and where once you might have seen my eyes white, they are black as black gets, and almost like a black haze comes out of them whenever I startle.
I like kneel next to, you're like laying down, right?
Yeah.
Or, okay. I like kneel and I say, when I saw the vision that Melandria showed me, I saw a child unwilling to take this power. It seemed to me that you have gone through quite a bit to do things, to sacrifice yourself for something that you never asked for. And it made me wonder for a while why you would do that. And I kind of like glare at Melandria for a minute. Why you would give yourself to something that in a way took advantage of you. And then I look back to Bran and I say, but to have something that you can really believe in is something I've never had. And maybe you're better for it. So don't stress too much.
I don't answer. I just look inconsolable right now.
Melandria, after a few seconds of silence, says, having something to believe in is certainly part of it. But there's also an element of self-sacrifice. Sometimes we have to make choices that we don't like. Though I'm sure that's something that you're unfamiliar with, being from the college. Everything there is about personal gain. This is not that. Bran knew what he was accepting. And unwilling does not begin to describe the situation he was in. Repulsed would be a better word.
It makes me wonder how important he must really be if you, a supposedly good angelic being, would take a child like that.
Supposedly good, says the man who wields Vecna on his hip. She puffs out her wings.
Everyone questions whether or not I'm good or not, and I don't claim to be anything other than, I suppose, mysterious or an unknown. Whereas many people trust you based upon your soul, the sight of you. All I mean is, Bran was just a boy.
Bran needs his rest. There's no time for this, Alec. If we must have this conversation, at least let him rest for one night.
Yeah, you're right. I just kind of walk away.
You see Melandria kind of like lean down and whisper something to Bran as you walk away. Bran, you hear her say, there are those who would disparage your choices, maybe even hate you for what you've done. But I see the importance of it for what it is. You're going to make a real difference. Thank you. She just sort of goes back to just, slowly stroking her hair.
I just nod in acceptance.
All right. At which point, dozing back off to sleep, you all find yourself awoken in the morning.
I'm going to wake up, do some stretches, and I want to go look around and find Savage, first of all. He's up here, I left him up here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really sure for how long.
Mm-hmm.
So I run over and I'm like, come here, buddy. It's been days.
Savage just kind of goes up to you. Basically, as you woke, he was already like sort of nuzzled around you, sort of like almost encapsulating your entire body. And he seems very excited to see you. He gives like a big lick up the side of your scales and onto your face. And then it just sort of like leaps up and down and gestures as you see he has splayed out what looks to be the carcass of some sort of large deer.
Wow. This is so nice.
He like nudges it towards you. Like,
I'm just gonna like straight just take the antler and like snap it off, and I'm gonna like start like pushing it through the back of my armor, and I'm
nice.
like, look at this. This is pretty cool.
Savage starts kind of like bouncing around, looks very excited by this.
And then I'm gonna say, all right, we gotta go find out. Well, and I pull out the opalescent orb of opalescent stone of radiance, and I'm gonna say this thing lost its magic, and I don't really know magic. So, do you?
Savage just kind of cocks his head to the side.
Yeah, me either, buddy. And I want to go around and having grown up in the desert, or in the wilderness, really, I'm gonna try to find like a tea, like something to make tea out of, or like some sort of drink, because we got to get by somehow. And I don't mean by like the lake water. I want to try to find if I could make like some sort of like morning tea or something.
Okay. Roll a survival check. I'll say with advantage since you do know the biome.
It's a D20 or a D10. Nope, D12. Jesus, it's been a rough morning already. This is a. Would I possibly be able to make a nature check?
Yeah.
Says okay. I don't really know the difference a lot of the times.
They're often interchangeable.
It's very subjective. 16.
16. Yeah, I'll say that you find what is essentially a once flowering plant that sheds its flowers very quickly when it gets too hot, and you see that there's the residue from the petals like left over in the sand, and you can actually grind that up into like a thin pulp and run water through it, and that makes this sort of tea-ish brew. A lot of people don't like it, but you really enjoy it.
I take my my mortar and pestle made for like potions and whatnot, and I just start like
you like wipe it on the sand a little, get some of the extra potion residue off.
I'm like, I'm not quite sure what was left on here before. And I'm gonna make this brew. I'm gonna put them in these little like healing health potion like vials, because that's the only containers I have. I'm gonna put two.
Most of which you just toss on the ground, if I remember correctly from the last battle.
I'm gonna take one for myself, and then I'm gonna take another one, and I'm gonna fill it up, and I'm gonna go over to Alec. Once I see him up and stirring, I'm gonna come over and say, "Hey there, bud. How's it hanging?"
Fine. I was just trying to recall what the hell we were doing before we were in the abyss.
I believe there were lines that needed attended to, but I'm not sure if this was the thing on the line or like we just hit a bump along the way.
So essentially, you had already dealt with. So there are these two ley lines that intersect in Zungjin, and
we had the other one
southwest you dealt with, which was the sort of like whiting experiments that were being done. Where you met this inquisitor, this sort of mad scientist inquisitor that eventually transformed Tick into this new whited version of himself. And then the other line actually goes from essentially, northwest to southeast and cuts through what you notice to be Bitrexen, as well as Vekwalaza, which is further southeast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. Exactly. And a little visit to a ancient tree led us to the abyss, which we've been at for, if my calculations are correct, a day?
Yeah,
feels
about
like much
that.
Longer.
Yeah. By the way, Brandon, if you want to hold that up one more time, you can actually see on the map where the lake is that the tree is in.
Right, that was the lake.
Lake just west of Bitrexen.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Well, you remember that Rakshasa, the one with the ship on the ship?
The tiger.
Sure. Would you like a nice morning beverage?
What's it smell like?
It smells floral. There's
It's
not a lot
earthy.
of smell.
It's
earthy, but like smelling it doesn't smell much. Like you don't really get much off it. It does have like a dull, like light silver color to it.
I made it all the time back in my
Offer a
place.
cheers. And sip it.
Yeah.
Like a little.
It's very plain. Like it's definitely something that was made from leftovers found in the desert. But it tastes like something. You don't hate it.
Well,
Nugget really seems to enjoy it.
that guy.
Just chugging it.
That guy. He took my gem. Well, the gem that we stole. You remember when you looked into the gem?
Mm-hmm.
And well, he took that and it lost its quality. I take out the stone and I want to show him.
I take it. Logan, when you described the ability of the Rakshasa to like take magic, was that just to Sebni? That was Rainfear talking to Sebni, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but then I asked like three people,
Mm.
which was Tick Tick, and I think you were in the present. You were in presence.
Would I know anything about this, basically?
Yes. So what essentially Sebni believed, it's not so much that he can take the energy from it, it's that he can like switch it with something that looks very similar to it.
Does this item that I'm holding in my hand now have any magical properties, or is it just a stone?
It has no magical properties.
I think you've been duped, my friend. It seems this is just a precious gem, perhaps, but it has no magical properties. I think he stole the other one, the real artifact that you had.
Oh.
And I, unfortunately, am not willing to go back to the Abyss to find the original.
Yeah, I know.
But this is a very beautiful gem. I give it back to him. It could be worth something.
I really liked looking into it. That's a shame. Well, I'm still glad everything worked out all right for everyone, and maybe Bran's a little shaken, but Anyways, thanks for the help, I guess.
I will say Bran does sleep unless somebody wakes him. He sleeps a good hour past what everybody else does, just recovering.
And I'm gonna walk kind of away by myself, staring at this thing, and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna play fetch with Savage with it for a bit. I'm gonna just yeet the stone into the forest.
Nice.
You just chuck it?
And then he's gonna bring it back, and it's all slobbery and
Yeah, Savage particularly likes it when you throw it in the water because he dives under and he's able to retrieve it. And he's very good at retrieving things, as you've noticed previously with your other encounters. He seems also very intelligent. He just has a very good understanding of how to retrieve it.
He's realistically smarter than I am. I can almost guarantee.
Yeah, he's very intelligent. You can't really speak because he doesn't have the mouth for it, but you'd think if he could, he'd probably have more intellectual conversations than you.
Anyways, yeah, that's what I do.
Tick Tick, Sebni, what are you guys doing this morning?
I had some herbs, various exotic plant material from the Abyss.
I recall, yes.
Cool. I'd like to try to brew something up with the herb kit.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me. I suppose this would be a nature check. Are you proficient in herbalism?
Yeah.
Okay, so with your proficiency then.
Let's see. I'll use the red dice folk today. Okay. 18.
Yeah. You do find one thing that is really interesting to you. It's this sort of it's almost like a small trunk to a tree, but the bark peels very easily from it, and the inside is very potent. It has this extremely strong smell. It almost looks like a white sort of fleshy interior, like certain nuts that you've probably come across in your experiences. But when you're looking into it, you actually can kind of crack the center of it open, and within it there's this liquid, this fluid, And using that, you actually extract some medical elements from it, and you're able to develop a potion that is actually able to remove any diseases that would come across you. And then,
Nice.
depending on how long do you want to go about this task?
I don't really care. Just kind of like when everyone's ready to go. So like, however long everyone takes to do their thing, I'll just be doing my thing.
Okay, so I'll say with Bran having to sleep an extra hour or so, you do have time to further look into the plant material, and you find that these sort of different like plant heads that have these like sticky appendages off of them. As you peel them, this sticky material you're able to actually gather, and it gives you a potion of spider climb.
Nice. What color are these potions?
The first one that you make has the same sort of white, like it almost looks like the interior of like an almond or something. It has that sort of, or not an almond. I guess that's the worst example I can think of. A pecan. There we go. Has this sort of like that color to it. The sticky material is this deep, like magenta, the like dark, dark magenta. I guess so, like earring towards red.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Cool. So does that use up all of my exotic plant material then?
Oh no, you still have lots of exotic plant material.
Should I just put down exotic plant material?
I would say put down 5 more uses of exotic plant material.
Nice. Okay, cool. Then that's what I'm doing.
Sweet. You have these potions now.
Yeah. All right, I'm chilling then.
Cool.
I guess I'm doodling in my book.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're taking rather extensive notes of this plant material that you're utilizing as well. And in this time, Tick Tick, what would you like to do?
I'm just playing with my stuff, my knickknacks.
Oh,
Okay. Roll an investigation check as you do.
Absolutely. Investigation is 10.
10. Amongst your various things, you find a very small rolled up piece of paper.
Well, this is new. I didn't realize I had this before. I'm going to unroll it.
Okay. It appears to be a letter expressed written to you from the Rakshasa.
oh,
It says, "With regards, Tick Tick, I'm afraid that I had to pull one over on you all, as I couldn't see such a precious gemstone taken from me. However, in response, I have opened a sort of pocket dimension for you. Simply say the word reveal, and it will become clear to you. You may stash whatever you'd like there, though I did start it off with a couple of intrigues that may catch your eye." It's signed, "Your great friend, whose name is yet to be revealed."
I'm going to say into the air, I still have one more guess.
I thought he was going to do it. I thought he was going to pull the name out right there, but nope. Still a mystery.
I'm going to say reveal.
And you see this small sort of ethereal kind of cut in the plane next to you, and you sort of like stick your hand in it, just sort of like wells around your hand almost naturally, and you reach in and you can start to feel like small objects in there.
Oh, I'm pulling stuff out.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a 1d100 if you do not mind.
That is going to be a 39.
39. The first object you pull out is this sort of thin, long piece of metal, sort of crooked at its center, and then like sort of recombines this twisted shape on either end. And you recognize this is a wand of some kind.
Oh, boy. How big is the opening? Like
It's very like pliable, like like it seems to expand whenever you like pull your arm out, it like shrinks down a little bit, but as you approach it with your hand, it like expands to, like let you into it. So you think it would probably be able to fit most things that you'd want to stash there?
I'm going to stick my head in.
Okay. You do, and you see this sort of conglomeration of 4 so random smaller objects. They're all surrounded by these halos of light and energy holding them in place. But looking around, it's just this blank nothingness. It doesn't seem to extend forever, maybe the size of a small closet from what you can tell.
I still have the architect's wand.
Yes.
Not bad.
I'm gonna try and put something in there. I'm just gonna toss one of my marbles in and see what happens.
Okay. Tossing your marble in, do you stick your head in again?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can see it now. It's just suspended there. Has the same halo of light around it.
Okay, I'm gonna pull all the stuff he put in there already out and just catalog it.
Okay. So first is this wand, which someone would have to identify if you're interested. The second item that you pull out, go ahead and roll me another one, D100, if you don't mind.
19.
19. You find what appears to be a small ring. As you turn it, you notice that there's sort of this inscription that seems to move with your eye as you move it around. It's difficult, and as you hold it still, you don't see any inscription, but as you twist it, you start to see letters appearing in Elvish around it.
I don't speak that, so I'm gonna put that in my pocket and remember to ask someone later.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another D100.
53.
53. Looking inside, you grab out now what appears to be this small orb, and inside of it, a liquid. But the liquid catches your eyes, and then it appears metallic. You've heard of such a thing before, known as quicksilver.
Okay. So
And the final? Or,
there's
there's one
another
more.
one.
Yep,
Oh
one
boy.
more.
45.
And the final thing you pull from this stem of oddities, probably accrued over many lifetimes this Rakshasa has lived, is a very thin, almost, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. It's an extremely thin blade. It reminds you of a dagger as if it were shaved down to almost a single point. It's more like a knitting needle, I guess. Like, has that sort of shape. It seems to be a small dagger.
Letter opener.
Yes, that's what I was trying to think of. Thank you.
Okay.
If
I
it's
say
not magic at all, it's literally just a letter opener.
if I say reveal again, does it go away?
Oh, so if you just sort of move your hand away, it closes up.
And can I open it again?
Yeah, reveal appears.
This is so cool.
You even take a few steps over, and it appears next to you again. So it seems to follow you around and just kind of hover over your right shoulder.
I probably don't have to tell them about this.
Can we see him doing this?
Roll a perception check.
All right.
I say that out loud.
I mean, you typically seem to. Fair enough.
20, 30, 20.
Okay. Looking over, I mean, you see Tick kind of messing with his objects all the time, but you do see him kind of moving his hand around and objects disappear and reappear in his hand, though you do not see the pocket dimension. You can't see what he's reaching his hand into.
Did he pickpocket the Rakshasa?
I stole things from his boat.
Yeah, but you didn't pickpocket him.
I have cogs.
This was in his bag, though. He had a letter in his bag from the Rakshasa.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a nice trick. Is that
an emergency that I had to deal with?
I hear you. Was it a spider?
No. Supposedly Haley's car smelled like feet when she ran the fan, but it smells like air freshener and pre-owner cigarettes.
So, hey, Alec.
What are you doing?
Oh, just ticking around.
Good one.
God.
I hear you like wands.
I'm not sure how to respond to that, honestly, but
You
sure.
want to trade? You want to trade for a wand?
Trade what?
Well, what do you have?
Show me the wand, and I'll tell you what I have.
I'll show him the wand.
You see this metallic wand that has this crook in the center, and the ends are twirled in this sort of almost tornado-like pattern.
Can I hear them talking about wands?
Sure.
I guess I stand up and I stretch out and I make my way over there. You guys talking about wands?
Yeah, he's gonna trade me for one.
I just remembered I had this and I pull out the architect's wand.
Is that I wrote demon elf wand in my inventory. Why would I have written that down?
Because
That would
that's
be
exactly what it is.
But you have it, not me, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, I'll erase it out of my inventory because I was like,
I mean-
what's this?
We're probably about to trade it then, so.
I don't know, Tick Tick. I have all sorts of different things, but
Okay, if you want to let a rare trade like this go.
I have canteens.
How many?
3.
That seems like a fair trade.
But I'll need one for myself, is the thing.
Well, do you
I
have
also
any?
have drugs, if you're into that.
Hmm,
A
maybe
scroll,
I'll just hold on to this for now until you can find something good to trade.
a scroll of teleportation.
A
Circle.
scroll of what?
Can you not trade with me for a wand?
Do you want a wand? I didn't.
Wait. You have another scroll of teleportation?
It's the teleportation circle. I had a scroll of teleportation circle instead of straight teleportation. I think I had bought them both from that merchant,
Oh,
but I used just the teleportation one, right?
I see. Okay.
Also, how
Um,
much money do we have?
A lot. I have 3 gold pieces, 5 silver pieces, and
Oh
2
my
copper pieces.
Goodness,
Yeah,
that's a lot.
I'm sitting on a fortune. And this one has the same picture on both sides. And this one you can see it's kind of bent a little. And this one's kind of missing.
We're sitting at about 5,000 gold.
Okay.
Do either of
yeah.
you speak Elvish?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So, how about these wands?
Yeah, you said you wanted a wand?
But I can comprehend languages.
It's okay. Maybe I'll find someone who can speak Elvish, and that'll be the start of a long and generous friendship.
Let me know if you change your mind. We should be off. I'm gonna go to Maribel. You guys can trade. I'm not rushing you guys.
So, what's yours do?
Well, if you poke someone with it, it hurts.
Interesting.
What does yours do?
I look at it. You know how some people are super powerful, and that makes stuff that they hold super awesome?
Yes.
This is one of those things.
Sounds very cool.
I have no use for it.
I'll give you 8 torches for it.
What else do you have?
I'll give you 4 torches and an ornamental dagger.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
And I go back to work on my potions.
Man, nobody's in a trading mood today. Hey, oh wait, Bran is sleeping.
I would
trade
say
with Bran.
about now, Bran is coming to.
I'm gonna hop up on his chest. Hey, Bran. I notice you're waking up.
I'm gonna giggle. I can't help but laugh. Tick Tick makes me laugh. I kind of get up, which forces him off of me, but I laugh and I say, "Yeah, yes, Tick Tick, I'm up."
Listen, I hear that you don't have a very good sword. I hear your sword is kind of just a so-so sword.
I look at my sword. I suppose you have something better for me.
I do. I would be willing to trade you this scimitar of speed. But I don't. Wait, it depends on what you have. It's got to be a really good trade because this has been a faithful friend to me.
Hmm.
You know, I once killed a demon with this blade. In fact, I think you were actually there.
I believe I remember that.
If you don't remember, I can tell you the story.
Why don't you tell me the story while I look around in my bag?
Okay. I tell him the story. I can't make up a story right now.
Sounds good. You do. In detail.
And it was really awesome.
Yeah, you compliment yourself very many times throughout the story about how awesome it was, how cool you looked while doing it,
Yeah.
and how awesome the sword was helping you do it.
What's the angel doing?
Melandria, she seems slightly bored, a little bit annoyed. She's like occasionally like fluttering around with her wings to like fly like partway up the tree and like cycle back down.
How big is the scimitar of speed? Is it a regular sized scimitar?
Yeah, it's a good sized sword.
Okay.
It looks comically large with Tick Tick.
Oh, I'm sure. All right, Tick Tick. Here's
Yes,
what
it's not that big.
I've got it like strapped across my back.
Like a
I have to
great
use
sword.
2 hands.
Yeah.
here's what I propose.
Yes.
I will give you 20 gold pieces, 50 foot of rope, and I pull out the rope. And I pull out this hunter snare, like a wire snare. And I have this.
Let me see the gold pieces.
I hand him a small pouch that has 20 gold pieces in it.
I'm going to go through the gold pieces. Are there any interesting looking gold pieces?
Roll a D100.
66.
Oh,
One of the gold pieces is a counterfeit. It's not a real gold piece.
Yeah. I'll take that deal. But I feel bad taking all of this gold from you, so I'm just going to take this one.
As he holds it up, you can tell like that's clearly a counterfeit piece of gold.
It's like plastic. Like
Yeah,
like
it's not plastic, but it's like malleable. It's not a gold piece.
it's awesome.
Okay. I'll send the stats for the Scimitar of Speed in the chat.
All right, so Bran, you lose 1 gold piece, quote unquote, and Will, you gain a counterfeit gold piece.
You know how when you
Yes.
carry
Amazing.
$1 loose in your pocket, it'll like crumple up? When he pulls out this gold piece, it's going to be like bent and shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, big time.
It's probably
You
lead.
see Tick Tick's like bending it in half.
I'm going to put it in the pocket dimension.
Okay, you see Tick Tick like reach up and just like toss it somewhere, and it just disappears.
And I'm going to put the other stuff we traded in there too.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the knitting needle dagger and I'm going to put it in the scabbard where I once held the Scimitar of Speed.
Do you think Tick Tick could fit himself in the pocket dimension?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like a closet. I mean, I think any of you could probably fit inside the pocket dimension.
That's so cool.
Yes. However, you can't see it. Nor
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying. Sorry, metagaming over here.
That's all. I didn't mean to take up so much time, but I had some really cool trading to do.
All right, no worries. So I guess we're all ready to go then. Presumably, we will be doing a little bit of travel. I know Savage is typically involved in at least Nuggets travel. What are your other plans? Maribel probably for Alec and Tick Tick if we're keeping on trend, which would leave Bran with his horse and a transformation, perhaps something.
Can I ride on the horse, please?
Indeed, I'm going to say that I take some solace in going to my horse and meeting back up with her, and just I like walk right square up front with her and just put my forehead on her forehead, and I just take some time with her.
What about Melandria?
Oh, I can fly. I'll be just fine.
It doesn't that, get tiring? You could take Savage. I can walk faster than Savage, like if I sort of move my arms a little bit.
I am a trained warrior of Torm. I'll be fine, thank you.
Okay.
I kind of like
slightly insulted. She seems like it's like you just offered like the girl your seat on the bus, and she's like, "I'm an independent woman. I don't need you."
Because she doesn't.
She does not. That is true.
I just when I get on all fours and I skitter really fast across the sand, I can like move faster than any of these guys. So
as you say, she just takes off full speed flying.
Superman like breaks the sound barrier.
Okay.
Launches herself. The wind kind of like kicks you back.
As soon as Tig climbs aboard, I'm going to take off as well. Assuming we're heading southeast to the southeast side of Betrexen.
That's right.
Yeah,
I believe that was your initial plan.
I'm going to offer a very quick sort of attempt to relate to Bran here, and I'm going to hold up the gem that I've been kind of just tossing to myself now. It's covered in Savage drool, but I'm like tossing it to myself, and I go, "Hey, Bran, demons, am I right? Stole all of my shit," and then I'm going to go and I'm going to take off. I wanted to be like, we boys, we both hate demons.
Sebby's over here feeling left out on the demon hate.
Exactly.
All right, so you guys all begin your travel. Who wants to roll a d6 for me?
May I?
Sure.
Unless,
sir.
Sure.
unless you want to, Tony. You got the look.
I haven't rolled one this
Do it,
entire
man.
campaign.
Do it.
I want you to roll it.
You haven't rolled a single one?
Yeah, man. You have to do it then. You have to do it.
I kind of blend into the wall.
All right. I'm gonna. You're doing it.
No, I was stretching.
Just do it. Just roll a d6, Tony.
21. I got a 3.
You want a cup of coffee?
No. Why?
Mom did it.
Steven, you should punt her like a
Guessing you don't
football.
want a cup of coffee?
Yeah, she got to learn her place.
It's like one of my favorite mugs.
What does it say?
It just says his.
Oh, his. Nice.
What? I mean, I guess so.
And did the girls have a lipstick on it?
But now I have the freedom and the right to purchase a new mug of whatever my choosing. Go tell Mom that.
Okay.
So was this the encounter?
I'm guessing
I rolled a 3 and then Chloe appeared.
Oh, well, Chloe appears.
Vampiric child.
She
I'm about
holds
to
your
fuck
broken
this
mug.
girl.
Oh, I turned into a demon and I
That's
beat her.
disintegrate.
With your 3, you find yourself quickly en route, making your way just south of Betrexen, presumably not looking to be within range of any of them actually seeing you from Betrexen, either by air nor by, ground travel. You make your way, I would say, a good mile or so southeast of Betrexen, and in that moment, you do once again begin detecting this ley line, particularly those of you on the ground, which presumably would be mostly Bran doing the investigation. You are able to come to terms with detecting it, and you do find that the disturbance is further southeast than Betrexen.
What's southeast of us?
The Colaza.
And that's where we have to go. Bran, are you fine following the ley line from here, and I can scout ahead?
That is
Mom said
perfectly fine.
whatever.
I'm happy to stay down here and do this on my own.
Let me know if you lose the course or anything, and I'll come down and
Response?
help you find it. But I'll keep to the skies and make sure no danger approaches us, and we don't stumble across anything we don't want to.
Response
Well-
to Mom? So you're not going to get a mug?
I'll get a mug, but I'm playing D&D right now, so
Get a cheese one.
good idea.
You a mug. Bam!
I wouldn't get a Chiefs one. I bet all the coffee will taste gross.
You know what it'll taste like?
Legendary.
It'll taste like coffee in a mug. In a Chiefs mug. Did you know that? In a Chiefs mug.
All right, another D6 as you continue your journey.
I'll get this one, right? This is why I don't roll. I got a 1. Every time I roll a d6, it's either like a 1 or a 6.
Making your way further southeast, you find what looks to be a somewhat well-trodden path, and following it, the curving path leads to a shaded ravine among sloping foothills and appears to feature a derelict rope bridge that leads to an entrance of one of the region's complex cave systems. Looking up ahead, you see what appears to be something a little like this. Not exactly the art style you might be used to, but it's one that I'm a big fan of, actually.
That's like from above?
Yes.
Oh, cool. And there's like a trench running through it.
That's right.
Nice. And it leads to a cave system, correct?
Yes, it appears to lead to the entrance to some sort of underground cave system.
How far away are we from this city that we are presumably headed towards?
You think you're maybe halfway there from Betrexen, so definitely making your way.
And this isn't some kind of underground city that we're aware of, right?
From what you're aware of, it's not underground, but it is sort of carved into cliff faces.
Okay, but so this location that I'm seeing, probably highly likely not our destination.
No way, yeah, it's definitely not your destination.
How long have we been traveling?
You're edging on toward 5, 6 p.m. of the day.
All right. I'll go back to the group. Actually, I'm going to ask Tick, what do you think?
Well, there are just so many sides to this. I mean, on one hand, we could land and it could be really cool. It could be like the library, or like when we went into the tree, or like it could be like we went into the city and we had to climb the tower, or the other city and we had to go to a tournament and we fought and we didn't win, but
I get it. You're right.
But on the other hand, we could be wasting time if we go down there. And, we have to get to the ley line so that we can get back to the tower, so that we can talk to the gold dragon, so that we can get the candle, so that we can have the next piece of the heart, so that we can eventually defeat the beholders underneath the city, so that then the city won't burn, even though, someone is presumably doing something about that. They weren't doing very good the last time we were there, so now it's our responsibility to do that. You're right.
Does the ley line seem to be setting a course directly for this like cavern thing? Based on Brand's trajectory?
You mean over the bridge? The bridge certainly leads southeast, yes.
Yeah, like if Brand kept walking straight, would he hit this object?
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's like directly over the bridge, but to continue on the path, you would have to use this bridge.
Okay, I'll go back to the party and kind of swoop down.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like there's some kind of stony bridge ahead. Leads into an underground cave. I'm not sure if this is our destination or if it's just another distraction. But
notably, the cave is not the only route. Like, the path continues and there's a cave.
Okay. So we could bypass the cave, or if you guys are hot and tired and in need of a rest, we could do that as well.
I could do a quick spelunking. I could just gaze on in there, do some laps, scout the area for y'all. The sun hurts a lot. My scales, they sort of secrete these, so like when the sun, it dries, I'm in a lot of pain. Please let me go in the shade.
Let's go in there, Nugget.
Thank you.
I need something to occupy my mind.
Absolutely. And me and Savage do that fucking Scooby-Doo run, like, and take off and try to enter this cave system.
Okay. So as you reach the bridge overlooking this ravine, you have a momentary pause, looking down into the massive 20-foot gap with sheer sides that basically, separates over this bridge. And looking down underneath of it, you do look up to see this cave entrance. And can you roll me another D6?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Let's party. That's a 2.
A 2. Looking over toward the other side, you see hanging out from the cave what appears to be a pile of armor roughly shaped in the form of a human, and you see it jerked deeper into the cave, and you hear a man screaming, "Help! Help me, please!"
Fellas, someone's in trouble.
I'm gonna run towards the help call.
Okay, sprinting across the bridge, you see into the darkness of the cave a glinting shade of armor slowly being pulled deeper within.
Is this so is the trench where the cave goes, or is there just a trench as well?
Yes. So, all right. So 3 indicates bridge going over trench, which is 1.
Mm-hmm.
Cave is 4.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or 2.
I'm not gonna try to risk the rope, the creaky looking rope bridge. I'm just gonna try to sprint and jump over the trench.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an athletics check as you attempt to jump it.
I see him doing this, and I'm gonna like.
Or I
prepare.
suppose this would be Savage's athletics check, actually. Unless you're getting off him.
I was gonna jump off, and then we were both gonna do it independently, so
Okay,
he wouldn't be
yeah.
weighed down by me.
That's fine.
So
How
one
far
for
is this
me,
jump?
one for me, one for him.
Yeah, sure.
All right, sorry, I gotta get out. I haven't opened his stats in a while.
So this is total change of subject, but I'm thoroughly tickled by the apparent desolation of the care package on top of that bed.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, there's yeah.
I've been told I'm not too tidy, but also I'm too busy doing college kid things. Like,
That's okay. I thoroughly enjoyed all the thrashed pop containers and
I
there's
saw
a,
you
should
playing
never-
Avengers today.
You should never be too busy to be clean.
there's a kid from my esports team who will walk into my room on occasion and just go, "Rick, why haven't you cleaned yet?" So just so you know, I'm being reminded thoroughly.
Would purchase a BB
on
gun.
top of a made bed.
There's a
clean
bed right
house
there. I sleep.
Leads to a clean mind.
That's
That is
probably
true.
true, but my mind is cluttered as fuck.
And it's
Do you
probably
take
because your room is
baths?
cluttered as fuck.
All right, well, why you gotta make me feel so guilty? You want
Just
to come
ready
help
for
me
you.
clean, Logan? Will
I
you
would
come
love
over
to
help?
clean your place, yes, to be honest.
That's going to be an 18 for me and a 24 for Savage.
Yeah, both of you.
The absolute
Clear-
fucking animal.
No issue. I mean, you're basically the long jump champion of the state at very least. It's not even a problem. You land well on the other side of this jump. Savage, can almost jump all the way to the cave.
Whoa. Did you see how much distance we just covered? Why don't we just, jump everywhere?
Savage pants as if he's like, I already do. I was like, what are you talking about? Is there another way to move?
Do you guys want me to go in without you, or should I wait up?
Brandon, you're about a third of the way over this rickety bridge, and you do start to notice a bit of sway in it.
So he just long jumped over the entire bridge. And where is this person that's yelling for help? That's the part I'm confused about.
So there was this suit of armor that was roughly in the shape of a human being that looked pretty mangled, that was screaming for help as it was pulled into the cave. So it's disappeared into this cave.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm going to dismount, of course, and go in, and I'm going to make my way across the bridge the best that I can.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check as you try and make your way nimbly across.
21.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Melandria sort of flies overhead just to ensure that if something were to go wrong, she'd be there to save you, but not a problem. You are able to make your way across with relative ease. You find yourself standing there with Nuggets and Savage, all sort of waiting outside this cave system, which, upon looking inside, do either of you have dark vision?
I do.
I do.
Fuck yeah.
Looking inside, you do see this sort of shambled suit of armor being pulled deeper within. Go ahead and roll a perception check, both of you.
4.
Natural 20.
Nugget, you're I better get in there. Meanwhile, Bran, you notice on your very astute vision with your natural 20 that it's not really shaped like a person necessarily. And with your natural 20, you're able to make out this sort of odd arm-like structure holding up the suit of armor. It looks to be a tentacle of some kind. as if perhaps it were a bait.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pull out a javelin and throw it right at the tentacle.
Okay, go ahead and
So
roll.
can I, like, is the armor up to where I can throw at the tentacle underneath?
Yes.
Well, whatever you want to call it, the armor, the bait. Okay, I'm just gonna, as soon as I see that, I'm just gonna pull out a javelin and let it rip.
All right.
Hang on just a second.
Tick-Tick, do you want to land?
Well, there are just so many sides to that question. I mean, on one hand, we could be very effective from the air, and we can't get hit while we're in the air. Both of us can do ranged attacks very well. But on the other hand, if something were to go down there, we might want to be down there to help out.
Okay.
And also, we can't really see the inside of the cave from the sky. And also, I've got this new dagger I want to try stabbing stuff with.
16 to hit.
16 does not hit, unfortunately. But I will say that having thoroughly annoyed the creature, I will go ahead and send you an image of what you see as it approaches. And I need you all to
Cthulhu.
And I need you all to roll initiative.
Coming
I'm
out
going
of the
to
cave.
see I yell out in the trap right as I throw my javelin.
It's a trap.
Yeah, roll double digits for initiative.
Wow.
For the first time.
I think it's the second time in a row, believe it or not. Let's see if I can get this image saved, you guys. See if Zoom will let me, but I'd like to share this image to you.
We have to use the power of imagination.
Overrated. Let me just send you the image.
I like that approach.
Coming from the DM who runs Theater of the Mind.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit annoyed that I cannot find this image.
You ever thought about trying out like a battle map or something like that, or are you very content with your?
I'm very content with my current setup, and I believe that battle mats make it far too dangerous to start looking at it board game-esque, and I am very anti-board game look.
You hate board games?
I love board games, and I don't want Dungeons & Dragons to become one.
I don't like that. That makes me very uncomfortable to look at.
Like a super gator.
So stop it. I don't know what else.
Does it have eyes? Oh, it does.
It has eyes on a tendril above its head.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Look at the bones underneath it. They're so little.
I
In its
love it
mouth.
and I hate it. It's great.
What are you looking at?
In the chat, he shared an image in the
Okay.
text chat.
I don't. Oh, in the text chat?
Yeah, in the text chat of
got,
Zoom.
like-
Of Zoom.
It's got like almost mouths that are like the tentacles. Like I don't like how they're like just a top row of teeth. Anyways,
I'll see.
I'll send you a picture of it, man. It's pretty sexy.
I roll to seduce. So looking at raw stats, while Savage is less intelligent than I, he is wiser. So take of that what you will.
All right. Since Tony's not here right now and we all need to roll initiative, I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and I will BRB.
I will also be right back then.
I'm not
Or
going
as,
anywhere. I'm just going
As
to
Logan put it,
act
I
like
will
I'm cool.
BRB.
Yeah, that does. I have to admit, that does suck.
It's okay. I'm over it. I got to watch Tom Brady throw 5 touchdowns and 367 yards today, which is just
Dude.
unreal. This guy's 43
Yeah.
years old, and he's just the GOAT, man. It's insane.
He is incredible. And he did us a favor, too, taking down the Chargers.
It's a 15 for me. Sorry, I kind of wasn't said it. Not
15
bad.
for Nuggers. Sebs,
The
22.
nug.
22.
Yes, I rolled a 19.
All right, Alec, you're nat 20. What is that with your dexterity?
22.
All right, so we'll give it to Alex since you have the nat, which will be a 22 for Sebs, and that just leaves no one. That's everyone. Yes, that's me. All right, now I should probably roll mine.
Are we fighting that tentacle Dude, bro,
The
motherfucker, dude, bro.
Tentigator.
Dude, bro, motherfucker. Yes, we are.
Dude, bro, motherfucker. Dude, bro, motherfucker.
You
When I
mean
grow
the
up, I'm gonna
OT? I don't know how to pronounce
You know,
it. Not meant for
Otyugh.
human words. Maybe it's supposed to be an F sound at the end, like Otyugh? I don't know. It's bad spelling of a horrible.
Tongue.
I literally turn into a manifestation of hate, and bitches still be like, but does he have the gold premium Costco membership card?
The fuck are you talking about,
And
man?
I don't.
All right,
I don't.
Alec, you are the first to hear Brand's exclamation that apparently this is a bait of some kind. And do you have dark vision? I believe no.
No.
Okay,
I'm just
so
a
you
simple
cannot see
man.
it all
Human.
inside of this cave.
Okay. I think Tick and I are still airborne. Did we land? Do you want to land?
I thought you'd landed to like sort of discuss with them.
Yeah. I think.
But that's the back side of the bridge.
Okay.
So you may want to take off again and land again on the other side of the bridge.
Oh, right.
If you're looking to get over the bridge,
Well,
I
we
have
can
a new.
fly over the bridge for sure.
I mean, Maribel can easily fly you over the bridge.
Is there a high point above the cave entrance?
I mean, there's like rocky crags around there. Yeah, you could probably land on if you're interested in trying to give it.
Can I move there in one turn on Maribel?
Yeah, Maribel can. I mean, Maribel flies like 120 feet per round. So.
Yeah, we'll go up there to the rocky crags, kind of overlooking the cave entrance.
Okay. Yeah, and you're able to sort of perch up there. Again, you cannot see inside at all. Tick, do you have dark vision?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Tick, you see the image I sent, which is this gigantic monster, obviously like holding up this like fake armor set to make it look like that he's pulling in some sort of helpless individual, but really it seems to be a bait to try to lure you into his realm.
Look out,
Nice.
Alec.
And I can see Brand's like reaction, like it's not good, right?
Brand is like shouting about how this is a bait and like don't go in there and yes.
Does it seem like something's coming out, or
Nothing you can see. You don't see anything.
crap? Okay.
Looks like a dark cave.
I guess in that case, I will hold my action, and if anything exits the mouth of the cave and seems dangerous, I'm gonna cast a scorching ray at it.
I will say holding a scorching ray does expend the spell slot whether you use it or not
How long can I hold that spell?
till your next round. Because basically you have to you make the spell
Mm-hmm.
and you're just waiting to release it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Up to you.
I just wonder if it's gonna come out the door. Then, but yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
we'll,
No, I feel you. Yeah. I think I will go ahead and do it. I see Bran, and I just kind of like, and you see the three orbs like of fire just appear above my head from this vantage point. And yeah, if anything comes out, I'm gonna laze it.
Okay.
Lays
Well,
it.
at the ready. So that is Alec Sebney going almost simultaneously quick on the draw. What would you like to do?
A couple things real quick. So you know that brooch that I have?
Yes.
Is that a spell slot? Or sorry, is that an attunement slot?
I don't believe so, no.
Is the parapet of proof against poison an attunement slot?
1 second. No.
Okay. And with all the javelins, because it's like its whole mechanism, I assume it's one attunement. Okay. And then the armor is one attunement as well, correct?
What's your armor?
The demon leather armor.
Yeah, probably one.
Like the one that was like 5,000 gold.
Yeah, I think that was an attunement slot, yeah.
Okay. Cleared that up. So I still have one
Yes.
attunement slot. Okay, chill. I'm going to go into the cave, I suppose.
Okay.
But I don't have dark vision.
Okay. So you sprint in, presumably over the bridge. We'll go roll a dexterity check to get over that bridge.
Okay. That is it a save or just a dex check?
Just check.
Okay, then 17.
Yeah, no problem. You're far agile enough to make it across this bridge, and you're not the heaviest guy around, so you sort of make your way across, sprinting directly into the darkness of this cave. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Is Nugget's sword out? No. Okay. After the saving throw, which I roll a natural 20 on, I want to blow up a torch or start up a torch.
Okay. Running inside, you have this like moment of like realization as your brooch like heats up, and you just take a step back as two pieces of what you thought were like just rocky outcroppings collapsed inward, as you see basically the entrance of the cave briefly like shut close before reopening in some sort of odd mechanism. Moving inside and lighting up a torch, you see not one but 3 of these creatures, 2 flanking the entrance and 1 right in the back, holding up this fake armor, trying to draw you in, looking one way and the next. 3 of these creatures are like creeping up toward you. You are well and truly in the center of them. Anything you'd like to do as a bonus action?
Shit. Run.
We're out of movement.
What type of creature is this? Like, is it?
It is an Otiif. I'm not. I sent an image to the.
Like what its type? Like Fey, Fiend, Undead.
Demon. Roll an Arcana check.
Of course. Okay, that one wasn't that good. 7.
I will say it's relatively obvious to you as someone who's familiar with such things that this is not a native creature of this world, but it's also not demonic necessarily, and you don't believe it to be devilish. You think it is probably an aberration.
Nice. I'm going to assume that its challenge rating is over 3.
That is correct.
Well, dang, I can't transform into it. Okay, in that case... yeah, I think I'm just chilling then. Actually, can I hold a bonus action to...
No.
No? Oh, dang.
Not. Only can only hold actions.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna transform, or wild shape.
Into?
That's the thing. I'll do... shit. I'm trying to pick the perfect demon to pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do one of the fugitives, but I don't know which one. Sorry.
I just realized I had a peaceful Spotify soundtrack going right now.
Okay, I'll do the Orthus fugitive.
Every little thing, it's gonna be alright.
Similar to all the other fugitive, it of course has a humanoid body,
shape, yeah.
but I mean it's just this skeletal bro that's covered in moss, blood, mud,
Yummy.
anything that reminds you of the swamp.
Fantastic. As you go about this transformation, having just dodged this attempted trap upon you, all 3 of them are going to attack you. First with bite attacks. All 3 bite attacks. The first one is a 19, second one a 23, third one is just a 9. You were muted there. Didn't hear you.
First 2 hit. I don't know why I muted my mic.
Oh. First 2 hit. Fantastic. So the first bite attack will be 12 points of piercing damage, followed by 13 points of piercing damage for the second, for a total of 25 piercing damage. And I need you to make 2 DC 15 Constitution saving throws.
He's in the cave, right? He like went in it.
Yes.
Great. That's just... Can we see him?
Yeah, he blew a torch.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay, first one's 18. Ooh, the second one is 12.
Okay, so 12. You contract a disease, and you are poisoned until the disease is cured.
What about the What about the proof of poison? Like,
Oh.
I get that it's a disease, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yes, so you are diseased. However, you do not have the poison effect. However, every 24 hours until the disease is cured, you must roll a 1d10 and remove that from your hit point maximum.
Not bad. I think I'm about to use a spell slot here in a moment.
Okay. So that was their bite attacks. Then they all follow up with 2 tentacle attacks for 6 tentacles total. Oh my god. Okay, 23, a natural 20, an unnatural 20, and I think the rest miss.
Okay. Do we want to do it when it knocks me out? Will I have my AC? Does that make sense?
When it knocks you out of your current form, you mean?
Yes, because it might do that.
Well, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll go attack by attack. So the first attack that would have hit would have been this 23. Mm-hmm. And then that attack's damage will be about 13, 14. That's 15 points of damage from the first attack.
Okay,
Are you still in your form?
7. Yeah, I have 7 health.
Okay, so then the next attack, which is the natural 20 that hit, will be 24 plus 4 is 28 points of damage. So that will do 7 to your form and then overflow 21 onto your person. And then the third attack would have been a 20, non-natural 20 to hit. Does that hit your new form?
No.
Okay, so in that case, you just suffer the 2 attacks. However, I do need you to make a... you are automatically actually grappled. So you are restrained until the grapple ends.
Dang. Okay.
This is real bad.
Okay, so that's their turn. Nugget, it's you. Nugget, you said you do have dark vision?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so you see, well, I guess the torch is lit anyway, but you see these tentacles coming from seemingly nowhere and just wrapping up your good buddy 70, who was briefly transformed into a demon and is knocked back into his normal form, which you recognize as an indication that he is suffering.
Well, I also know that like torches don't give off like a whole lot of like light, like radius wise.
Yeah, definitely not a lot, but I mean you can make out at least that he's being attacked.
Okay, so when this all started, I shouted, "I'm going in!" And I jumped towards the dude with the armor, totally ignoring everything else that happened, tentacle monsters. And I would like to rage.
Easy enough to do.
It's my bonus
I will
action.
say, if you rage, you will not be able to ignite your sword.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was going to ask, because it said you can use your bonus action to speak the command word.
You must use your bonus action.
I was wondering what the language was there. And with that, I'm going to go and I'm going to try to and like slide down this fucking cave. I'm assuming it's sort of a descent, so I'm going to I'm going to try to grab a hold of the suit of armor.
Okay. It's pretty clear now that you're here that the suit of armor is attached to one of the tentacles of these creatures.
Am I holding it, though? Like, can I grab onto it?
You grab it, yeah.
So I know water isn't a conductor, but theoretically, if I were to grab a hold of this metal and give it a shock...
That would be a conductor, yes.
So can I use one of my gauntlet charges to...
Yes.
That's rad. Yeah, so the main one, the decoy, is going to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save. Ooh, boy. +7 on its con save.
Yeah.
And with its natural 2, that'll be a 9.
This is the first time this has worked in Eternity in all of this campaign. I'm very excited about this. So he's now stunned. I gotta look up what the fuck a stun means. It's been so long.
I believe it just can't attack, really.
So what would you consider me, sort of grabbing out at it?
Is this the one that has a hold of me?
So the ones that hit you, this is one of the ones that's wrapped around you. So the one to your left and the one straight ahead are the ones that hit and were grappling you, yeah.
Interesting.
So it's one of the ones that has hold of you.
Yeah. So what would this be considered in like action economy wise? Would that be my action?
I would say it'd be one of your attacks to grapple it and to grab it and do this shock.
So then once I shock it, I'm gonna grab the sword and I'm like frothing, like, you dare trick me, and I'm gonna jump out at it and I'm gonna try to jump overhead and I'm gonna attack at it. Getting advantage because it's stunned, and then I'm gonna reckless attack it too.
Ooh, okay.
That's gonna be a 29 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna snag him.
That's enough. Just enough.
Just enough.
It's not ignited, so it's just gonna be a D10. It's gonna be 6 plus my 7 is gonna be 13 plus my 3 is going to be 16.
16, very nice.
Point slash damage.
The creature appears extremely hardy. Doesn't look like it took a lot of damage from that.
And I'm going to yell out, guys, this one! And I'm like trying to stab through its leg. Like, I'm assuming like the sword like just gets like toothpick stabs him a little bit, so I'm just going to keep trying to stab at the hide.
Very nice. You are able to do a bit of damage there. Able to cycle him down and stun him, which is quite nice. Bren, your turn.
Which one is he on?
The center one. So that's actually the only one that you have a good vision of currently, standing outside the cave.
Standing outside the cave.
You are standing outside the cave.
Oh, I am?
I thought he was the first one that went in.
Yeah.
I was under the impression you hadn't fully entered yet, but if you'd like to, then you can easily see all of them.
I thought the bridge was inside the cave.
No, the bridge leads to the cave entrance.
Oh, I see.
Like
okay.
Bridge, and then here's the cave. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm going to go attack the one that he yelled at for us to attack. The one that was like, guys. So I'm going to pull out my scimitar of speed, and I'm going to go hack on that one.
Okay. New weapon, new you. So this, I assume you're going to use all 3 attacks?
Yes.
Okay.
And I rolled 28, 18, and 14.
And I believe you do have advantage since it is stunned.
Oh, it's that one. Okay. I'm going to roll my advantage for the 14 separately so I know what I'm rolling, and that's worse. And then the other 2 just to see if I get a natural 20, and I don't.
Okay. So the totals were one again?
28, 18, and 14 to hit.
Okay. So the 28 and 18 hit, the 14 does miss.
Okay. All right. So to damage, are these fiendish creatures or?
No, there are aberrations, but they're not fiendish in nature.
Okay. So I now get improved divine smite, so I automatically get 1d8 even if I don't smite with my divine smite.
Yeah.
So they get a little bit. I guess that's radiant damage anyway, if that matters.
It does not, but I appreciate you telling me.
Okay. So we've got, that is plus, so that's 23 points of damage on the first.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna smite the second strike.
Easy enough.
So then that'll be, what did I see here? I'll just do a regular. I'll do a second level spell slot. Rolled 6, 6, and 6. Tell me that's not chance.
Spooky.
Yeah, spooky considering the
weird. Yeah, your boons.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, no shit. That's weird. Let's see. So that's 43 points of damage for the second hit.
Yeah, balance class, 43 points of damage. Awesome. And the third strike, it's almost like you aren't expecting to be able to like even do it. So it's a lot different. I think you may have had haste cast upon you before we had this sort of like slowing effect of the people around you, but this is way different. Using this blade, it's as if the blade itself wants to attack quickly. So it's like you cut and then almost immediately you feel like lunge again and lunge the third time. And it almost catches you off guard. So you miss the third one just out of like inexperience with this sort of odd effect that it has on you. But you definitely feel good being able to put 3 attacks in a round. And in doing so, you hurt this creature badly. It went from being pretty much okay to not being pretty much okay, having what you pumped out almost 70 points of damage among 2 strikes there, so not bad at all. I guess it was a spell slot, but still. So that's Bran, and immediately Melandria is going to follow you up with her Warhammer at the ready, going to try and land a strike of her own here, and that's my back-to-back natural 2, so that's going to miss. She has advantage, though. Natural 3, not a lot better. Wow. I rolled 2, 2, 3. So that's Melandria bringing us down to Tick-Tick.
Hey, Alec.
Yeah, like concentrating on the spell, like I'm like waiting for like the perfect shot. What does it take?
It kind of looks like in there that they're all set up so that they can sort of lure us in and then all attack us once they've got us surrounded. I know you can't see that, but that's what I see with my dark vision.
Yeah, and to be fair, Alec, now that there is a torch there, he can make it out more or less.
Yeah, I know you can't see that. You don't have dark vision. I do. I was just wondering, do you think it might be helpful if I moved the creatures out here and then they wouldn't be in the formation?
Move one of them out. If you can move one out, I can target that directly.
Well, I could do all 3.
Perhaps.
I could do up to 5, actually. I could bring our party out, too.
Your decision. I'm just like innately focused on like trying to sniper one of these things. I don't know.
I imagine Tick like poking on the shoulder on the back of
kind of like sweats just like like
if you say so.
Hey.
So yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Do it. No, do it. It's all
yeah,
you.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cast Scatter, my 6th level spell.
Dude, I almost picked that.
I've never heard of this spell. What is this?
It's from Xanathar's.
It's interesting.
It's Xanathar's.
It has a casting time of 1 action. I'm going to move in a little bit because it's got a range of 30 feet, so I can try and get everyone within 30 feet.
You are sort of like up on these crags a little bit, so you kind of have to climb down, but
Sure.
you're used to climbing up and down things relatively easily, so you find your way down into the base, sort of next to the bridge.
So the air quivers around up to 5 creatures of my choice that I can see within range. An unwilling creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw to resist this spell. I teleport each affected creature to an unoccupied space that I can see within 120 feet of me.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to target all 3 of the creatures. I'm going to target Sebni, and I'm going to target, I guess, Nugget, because Nugget's already on one. So that should be 5.
That is 5 indeed. What is the wisdom save?
My spell save DC is 16.
16. The highest of their rolls was a 13, so they're all going to fail. Are both Nugget and sorry, who else did you say?
Sebni and Nugget.
Okay. Are you guys willing creatures? Are you willing to have this effect done to you?
What is this?
It is just a teleportation.
I mean,
Of the cave.
I probably wouldn't be, but like also I'm not mindful of you. So
I would say roll a wisdom save then.
Wisdom? Yeah, you don't have to worry. That's a 5. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm going to teleport him. I'm going to try and do it like right next to the creature he's already on, which I'm going to send. Basically, I've got a 120-foot sphere to do this. I'm going to send him and one creature to like one corner, another creature to like the other corner, and the third one just like straight back.
I will say you can like move one across the bridge even if you'd like.
Yes, I would like to. And I'm going to move
that's
Sebni so that he's no longer grappled too. And he's going to be like right in the middle by
That's
Alec
so
and
cool.
That is crazy.
It's like
You
shakes up
just
the whole
warped
combat.
reality.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You guys see Sebby kind of crawl down from these rocks, and he just boom, and things just change. You see the things like move and teleport, shift around. The cave itself seems like bend and twist.
That's so cool.
And I need you to roll a 1d100 on your magic.
Why do
effects
my
table,
molecules
and
hurt?
I need you to roll another 1d100 for graying effects, since you are back
Oh, no.
in the wild here.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
You're not in the abyss anymore, boys.
Oh,
I
boy.
forgot
I
graying was a
completely
thing.
forgot about that. So the wild magic first, or the graying first?
Wild magic first.
Okay. So I rolled a 49, which means I cannot speak for the next minute. Whenever I try, pink bubbles float out of my mouth. So I'm assuming that means I can't cast spells either.
Any spell that requires a verbal component, you are not able to cast for the next minute.
That's okay. I've got a dagger.
And Tick not able to speak for the next minute is like his personal hell, so.
And
All
for the
confused.
graying, I
Oh,
rolled
no.
a 99.
Oh, nice.
Is that good? Or
That's
that
good.
good?
That's good. Yep.
Okay.
You won high, so you have no effect.
Okay.
99. 99% of your body is now gray.
No. No. If you remember, it was like Alec when he rolled like the 7. That was the real start.
That was bad.
Yes.
I go to say something, and then I realize I can't speak, and my eyes just go kind of wide, and I look panicked. And that is all for my turn.
And you see some pink bubbles float out of his mouth. Very nice. I liked it. That's a really, really good turn there.
Yeah, dude.
Alec, you, I will say, since you were holding your spell, you can now cast it if you'd like.
Yeah, so to get this right, like 3 creatures are now outside the den, and I can have sight on all 3 of them.
Yes, and from what I understood, Tick, it's the most damaged one that you wanted on the other side of the bridge, or is it one of the other ones?
I want the least damaged one on the other side of the bridge.
Okay, so one that,
Yeah, the most damaged one is, I think, the one that Tick is on, or sorry, Nugget is on.
Okay,
I'm
and then
gonna
there's a
send
third.
them over to one side of us, and the third one over to the other side.
Okay, great. So the most damaged one is sort of right there with you, still sort of like next to Nugget, with Nugget sort of shocking through him, some sort of stun. The other 2 are undamaged, one being across the bridge and one not.
All right, I'll use my held action on. Can I use that? Can I do that since he teleported them out on the one that they're all like focusing fire on? I guess.
Okay. Easy enough.
So, okay.
And it automatically fails any dex saves, but I believe you're attacking, right? So you have advantage on the attacks.
Yeah.
And I will say, it's not like they're right next to us. They're like 30 feet
Yeah,
away.
I figured so.
I just want to make sure so we don't get ambushed.
So the first one's a 25, the second one is a 21, and then the third one is a 24.
Yeah, those will all definitely land.
That was good. It's going to take... Wait, did I do that wrong? Is it 2d6? Oh my god, dude. Wait, do I reroll ones? Is that a thing I do?
Yeah.
No, they just equal 2.
Mm.
Oh my god, that's
One's
such a
on.
bad roll. Okay, so it's going to take 15 points of damage from fire initially because of my like bonus or whatever, but then I rolled 4 ones. So
those are all 2s.
So it'll be plus an additional 19 points of damage on top of that. So 15 plus 19 fire. So I guess it wasn't so bad. But
And it had a very nice 16 HP left. So how would you like to do this, sir?
I actually have this ability that I got at level 2 that I've never used, and it explodes. Just explodes. Like, it should damage nearby enemies. Like literally, I should look it up.
In what range?
Probably friendly. It's probably like shouldn't have mentioned this skill that I have. Sorry. Potent Spark, starting at 2nd level when you roll fire damage on your turn. No, that's not it. Honestly, shit, I can't find it. I don't know. It's like, I think it's within 5 feet or 10 feet or something.
Okay. In that case, we'll say that you make it explode in a vibrant firework of flame and gore, but it has no effect on anything in the battle.
Okay, I'll find the details on this and let you actually know. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Unfortunately, Alec, while you're doing that, it is now your turn, since that was just your held action from the previous turn.
Don't mind if I do. Okay, I guess I'm gonna like kind of like flick my robe back, and I'm gonna pull out the Tome of Stilled Tongues and like, I assume it has. I would have like bound some strap to it, but like basically, this newfound spell I read, I'm gonna like close the book, and with both hands, I'm going to turn to the one that's closest to them, but not across the bridge, and I am gonna cast Disintegrate upon it.
Ooh.
Wait, which did you explode the one we were fighting?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, should I do the one that's over the bridge? Actually, I'm gonna turn to the one that's over the bridge
And disintegrate him.
and cast Disintegrate upon him.
What is the save?
It's a Dexterity save, and I'm gonna also use the book and cast Disintegrate again on him.
Oh, no.
So I'm just gonna like you see heat waves in my robe will like kind of rise up a little bit. So he'll do 2 Dex saves.
The first one's 15.
All right. No, he'll fail that.
All right.
Second one is a natural 1.
Oh,
Give me 2 seconds.
Back-to-back disintegrates. Isn't that what level spell is that?
Level 6.
You have 2 6-level spell slots?
Well, the Tome of Still Tongues allows me to cast any spell as a bonus action, like free of charge, basically.
Once per long rest.
Once per dawn. Like
Per dawn,
the sun must set and rise again. Yeah.
That is trouble.
Yeah.
I like how you're now realizing all these OP magic items you gave us, and you're like, I'm sorry, what? What did I say?
Yeah, right. You're gonna need them.
You don't have the nerve to TPK us again.
Oh yeah.
Again.
I never do that.
It takes 148 points of damage.
That's
Most
fucking
damage.
crazy.
Most damage.
dude.
You hold it. Somebody write it down.
is that both
148
spells
points of
or
damage?
just one?
That was for both. That was Disintegrate twice.
Oh shit!
How would you like to do this as you
Yes.
well, you disintegrate him.
Yeah. If I may, the book like levitates next to me open. It remains open so I can see the spell. And like, I think instead of fire, because it's not a fire-based spell, like you said, it's almost like this plasma, this like purple and green, like God ray just kind of like zaps out and like turns the sunlight into like darkness as it just like vaporizes this giant alligator and just like soaks it up, and all you see is like ash blowing away in the wind.
The rest of you all look over like, what the fuck just happened? As you see this creature that literally, I mean, is just minding its own business, and then gets the dimension warped around him, thrown 100 feet into the air in a random direction, and then vaporized. Ow.
My jaw drops and just a steady stream of bubbles comes out.
Incredible.
Nice.
So that was Alex's turn. 70.
Am I still? No, I'm not grappled anymore.
You are not. No.
You know
6-level
what?
spells. Who knew?
You know what? I'm gonna make that look like a baby kid spell. You know what I'm gonna do?
No. What are you
You know what
gonna do?
I'm gonna throw a fire javelin at the thing.
Huge.
I know, humongous.
Me and Bran are over here. We're like, our swords don't get, you know, 6-level spells.
Okay, Bran dropped 70 points of damage last round.
We're in like a
True.
Cold War situation here where every turn it's just progressively getting more and more powerful.
But I'm done. Like, I'm a glass cannon. That's it. Like, that was my trick. And,
Well,
like,
fuck it. You did
I'm useless for the
148
next 24
damage.
hours.
That's a pretty cool one-trick pony.
yeah, I guess so. It was pretty.
Is this the one that's stunned?
No, the stunned one was exploded, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wait, exploded or
You're
disintegrated?
behind here.
Exploded.
Okay.
That was the first of Alex 2 demolishes.
I think the one left is untouched so far.
It is.
yeah.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna hit them because I got a 15.
No, you will not hit them, unfortunately. Bonus action?
Well, darn. No.
Okay. No worries. So it is now the, I was going to say the Utuyoigs, but it's just a single one remaining. And he couldn't help but notice Nugget attack recklessly last turn, so he is going to do his very best to take advantage of that, and he's going to bite double.
Joke's on you. I don't even remember attacking. It's been so long.
He's going to bite double tentacle you. First bite here with advantage is a 24.
Absolutely.
Second is the tentacle with advantage natural 20. And the other tentacle, 17?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So let's
see.
Are we still in the cave?
No one's in the cave after Dick's
reality warp.
I didn't realize he sent everybody out. Okay.
No, I did not have enough people to bring Bran out, unfortunately.
Bran is in the cave.
The only one in the cave.
Where'd everybody go?
And Melandria, I guess, is also in the cave.
So I'm gonna say once this massive explosion happens, the look on my face is kind of like Mary when Mount Doom explodes, and his hair blows back, and he's like, "Oh shit."
I'll just totally damage altogether. It's all piercing and bludgeoning, so I believe you'll have all of it.
Mm.
It is going to be a lot, though.
The natural 20, that didn't sound too pleasant.
Yeah, I also rolled 8-7 on the 2d8 there. That's 97 points of a mixture of bludgeoning and piercing damage, which will be halved to 49. And then I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Okay, sorry, I had to do some math here. Constitution saving throws?
Yes, sir.
First one is a 25.
Okay.
Second one's a 15.
Which is actually the saving throw, so you succeed. Very nice. So you are not diseased, very luckily there. And it does bring it back to you. Nugget, what would you like to do? You are grappled, by the way.
I'm grappled?
Yes, you're restrained, but you can still attack freely.
Oh, I'm restrained?
It's just a typical grapple, like what you do to people. So they're just restrained.
Okay. Well, grappled and restrained are two totally different things. Restrained means like I can't move and I have disadvantage on my attacks. Grappled means I can't move.
Oh, really?
Okay, rules lawyer.
He is right. I just grapple people and restrain people, so I know the difference.
1 second.
I think he's right.
Grapple
means like you can't move. You can still like swing your arms and stuff. But
your speed is 0. That's the only thing grappled does. Restrained is your speed becomes 0. Your attack rolls have disadvantage, and attacks against you have advantage, and then you also have disadvantage on dex saves.
So really, grappling is not even a condition amongst the conditions.
Not really.
A grapple creature becomes 0. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Just can't get away.
Yes.
So am I restrained or grappled?
You are grappled.
Okay. I'm not grappled here with you. You're grappled here with me.
One more second. It is grappled and restrained.
Okay.
So you are restrained in addition. Okay. Yeah. See, when it words like that, I assume it's because you're grappled that you're restrained, but it's really you're grappled and restrained.
Okay. Damn. I got teleported, so that takes away my pack tactic advantage. So I'm going to have to attack recklessly again to gain that. Wait, am I outside the cave now, too?
Yeah.
It's like daytime, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, no.
Means with recklessly attacking, I make it at disadvantage. Because that's in the sunlight, and I'm restrained.
Perfect. So you are attacking recklessly?
Yeah. Which is just disadvantage. So disadvantage, that's going to be a 22.
Yeah.
Oh, can I ignite my sword as a bonus action first?
Sure. Yeah.
I got hit. I had to do some math. I was a bit frazzled.
Yeah,
sword. So that's a 22 for the first attack, and then the second one is going to be a 15.
15 misses. Yes, just barely.
So the attack's going to be 8 plus 7 is 15 plus 9. Do I have to separate magical piercing and fire?
Nope, all the same.
So that's 8, 9, that's 17 plus 7 is 24 plus 3 is 27.
27 points. Got it. Very nice.
Bonus action attacks, that's all I got.
That's everything from Nugget. Bran, your turn.
I am going to. How far away am I?
Probably within 40 feet, 30 feet of it.
Okay. If I'm close enough, then I'll run out. I think I have to go back across the bridge, though, don't I?
No. So this is the one that took place on this side of the bridge. So you're good there.
So you wouldn't have to run far.
Then I'm going to run up and attack it again.
Very easy to do. Go ahead and roll for that attack. Are you
going
to
very similar to what I did roll last time, which would be 28
hits,
19
hits,
and 14
misses. Yeah, that's very similar to what you rolled last time.
Yes.
The once again, the third attack kind of catches you off guard with this like new added speed. You like don't even expect it almost, but still able to land that first two. Go ahead and roll damage. Any divine smites?
Yeah, I'll do it on this first one. I'm just going to do a first level divine smite.
Yep.
With charging as well. So we'll do 23. So that's 27 points of damage. I rolled 4 for the divine smite.
27 points. Got it.
And then 13, 20 points of damage for the second one.
And another 20. Very nice. So that's Bran's bonus action movement. That's everything for Bran. Melandria's turn. Natural 20. She'll go ahead and divine smite that as well.
Yeah.
Wow, she rolled like garbage on the damage, but that's still quite a bit. Yes. You see as Melandria runs forward, just warhammers into the side of this creature. It, like, moves to the side, and almost instantaneously from the other side, you see this like mystical, like almost golden warhammer appear out of nowhere and slam it from the other side. This sort of sandwich attack upon it. It's looking very rough now. Tick, tick, your turn, though you are mute.
I start to talk, but bubbles start coming out of my mouth, and it's kind of frustrating, but it's okay. I'm Tick Tick. I can roll with the punches. So I'm gonna just draw my new dagger, and I'm gonna run towards it. But I only have a movement speed of 25 feet, so I don't think I can actually make it to it in order to get into melee range with it, because I moved it 30 feet.
Yeah, be just outside.
So that's all I'm gonna do.
All right, fair enough. Bring us back to Alec at the top.
Man, okay. I'll cast Scorching Ray on it again.
Okay.
13. A natural 20.
Hits.
And a 14.
Miss.
Okay. So I just double the dice rolls?
Yeah.
Okay. So it'll take 15 points of fire damage.
15 points of fire damage. Gotcha. Anything as bonus?
Nope. I'm just gonna kind of like compose myself after
disintegrating one.
Yeah, after kind of like freaking out for a second there. Yeah.
Fair enough. Sebs. You're muted, it seems.
Every time, without fail. I'm going to hurl an electric javelin at it.
Easy enough to. Go ahead and roll for that attack.
That one's a little better. 28.
That'll hit.
Cool. All right. 11 damage.
11 points of damage. How would you like to do this, Sandy?
Fuck.
Had 4 left, so.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I would like to, of course, pull it from my back and hurl it. But as I do, I just kind of trip over myself. And when I get back up, it will be dead.
nice.
You see just like shocked on the ground, dead. Awesome. Very nice, guys. That fight was a lot smoother than I was expecting it to be. You guys pretty much just murdered them all. Pretty good. About 30 seconds later, you guys see Tick Tick ability to speak return to him.
Oh my goodness, you guys, that was like torture. I couldn't even talk for like a minute. But don't worry, I remembered every single thought I had. Do you want me to tell you? I want to get you caught up, just in case you were missing anything important.
Tick Tick, what are you talking about? We heard you.
You heard me?
Yes, everything.
So I wrote down every thought I just had over the last minute for nothing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I picture those live broadcasts on Instagram where you see all the hearts and everything just shooting up on the side. And all the people that are loving it.
Tick Tick's at half a page of notes in the last minute.
Wait,
You should
heard Tick Tick?
send a picture at least.
I'll type it in the chat.
Oh, Jesus.
What happened to the one that had the armor?
Dedication.
The one that had the armor was exploded.
So the armor went with it?
No, the armor's hanging around.
Really? I'd like to go inspect it.
Okay. It appears to be armor. It seems very resilient, not having taken any sort of damage from the exploding beast.
What type of armor is
that
it?
up.
It appears to be half plate. By the look of it.
Half plate.
Isn't that 16 AC? Oh well, I will not be partaking.
You have proficiency with that type of
Is
armor to wear?
15 AC. It is medium armor, 15 AC. You have disadvantage on stealth checks.
I assume that it's metal, right? It's metal plate.
Yeah, it's metal.
I cannot. And I don't want to.
Anything in there could be worth anything. Some gold. Anything?
Yeah. I would say let's go check out the inside of the cave for anything.
I agree.
Very nice. Moving inside of the cave, I will need a 1d100 for your treasure trove.
Logan, I found it.
Just one?
One, and then I'm sure there will be more as we're spawning this treasure.
I would say Steven should do it because he blew one up and disintegrated the other
What am I rolling? A D100?
for treasure.
Okay. 22.
22. Okay. You find 10 gems, each of them large circular rubies that you approximate to be worth around 1,000 gold pieces each.
Oh my god.
10,000. Rich again, baby. Feeling 22.
I'll do
where did-
scouting through the caves if you guys want, and I'll call out for danger.
That's a good idea.
All
Where did we
and then
find
I need
this at?
I need 3 1d100s.
Cool. I would like to roll one.
Go
You
ahead.
said that those were worth 1,000 gold each,
So
roughly?
10,000 total.
Okay.
Oh, I accidentally rolled a D8 instead of a D10. 85.
85. All right. Looking through the various oddities here, you do stumble upon something that catches your eye. It appears to be some sort of bag, a backpack almost. You see it has this large central pouch and these 2 sort of side pouches. And this is what is known as a handy haversack.
Handy haversack.
Each side pouch can hold up to 20 pounds of material, not exceeding a volume of 2 cubic feet.
It's a
The large central pouch can hold up to 8 cubic feet, or 80 pounds of material. The backpack always weighs 5 pounds, regardless of its contents. Placing an object here follows the normal rules for interacting with objects. Retrieving it, you have to use an action to actually retrieve any item from it. But yes, it is similar to a bag of holding.
I just found this backpack. Looks like a normal bag.
Is there anything in it?
I look. Hello?
It appears empty.
No. Got ripped off.
I'm going to continue just moving into the cave. See if I can hit the back and see what I can
the back.
Pretty quickly, you find the end of this relatively small complex. Nothing else really catches your eye, unfortunately. Another 1-800 from somebody?
I'll do it.
Perfect timing.
2 more. That's it.
Are you doing it, Garrick?
Are there
There's
2
2
more
left.
or just
Yeah,
the
there's
There
one?
are 2 more.
Yeah,
Oh,
each
okay,
of
then
you.
we can both do one. I got a 59.
88.
All right, we'll start with the 59.
Wow. Pretty cool.
This appears to be some sort of small piece of wood that, as you grab it and expand it, forms a fan of some kind. And looking at it, you find it to be a wind fan. And while holding this fan, you can use an action to cast the Gust of Wind spell from it.
Sounds a little too feminine for me.
No, I'm just kidding. I'll put it in.
And what did you say you had, Dan?
88.
An 88. You also find a pair of boots. There are small wings attached to them. While wearing these boots, you have a flying speed equal to your walking speed. You can use the boots to fly for up to 4 hours straight, all at once or in shorter intervals, each using a minimum of 1 minute of the duration.
Wow.
If you're flying when the duration expires, you descend at a rate of 30 feet per round. The boots regain 2 hours of flying per 12 hours. They're not used, so 4 hours per day.
Okay.
Man, these are some cool items.
Speak for yourself.
What? I got a backpack. And here it is.
What's your current bag look like?
Mine?
Yeah.
It's kind of like just this sack with a rope that like closes it.
That looks like an improvement, to be honest.
Can I assume these boots fit me?
They mold to your feet, yes.
Wow.
Sorry, I read Tictic's thoughts.
I also
wait.
they do require attunement, however, Bran. So if you were to utilize them, it would be one of your 3 attunement slots.
Alec, how much money do we have now?
How does an attunement work? Sorry.
You're good.
What was the question?
I don't understand attunement.
15,000.
So basically, the end-all be-all of it is you can only have 3 things attuned at once. So any sort of it limits the number of magical items you can be utilizing at once.
Can I have them back, please?
Now, was that affected by my scimitar of
I
speed?
need to buy a shield.
Scimitar of Speed. Maybe Tic, do you know if Scimitar of Speed is attunement based?
It is attunement based.
Okay, so that would be one of your attunement slots. This would be a second.
So I figured it out with my 2 missed bonus actions.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. It's about this time that you all regather once again, having collected all the boons of your battle with whatever these creatures were. Would you like to continue on your journey southeasternly?
Yes.
I'm like
But
reading Tic-Tic's notes. Like,
I need to buy a shield soon.
Okay. Heading
Tick Tick actually physically wrote all of that down so that in case anyone was concerned about him not talking, he could pass it on.
Very nice. Awesome. So you guys begin making your way southeasternly once again, and I will say that you don't run into any significant trouble, though you do see the topography of the land change significantly from more this rocky sort of craggy area into something that is much more reminiscent of sort of an Arabian desert. Very loose sand, large dunes, and you do begin to see a lot of different cacti and sort of small plants resilient to this sort of place.
Is there any wacky weather, like wildfires, flooding, lightning storms?
Not that you notice.
Interesting.
It's really hot out. I don't do good in direct sunlight, so I'm actually gonna not attune to it and use it for its magical purpose. I'm just gonna use the fan as like a fan.
Just casting gust of wind spells on yourself.
I don't think it requires attunement though.
Wait, does it really not?
Let me see.
Because if so, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna attune to for one gust of wind.
It does not acquire attunement. But yes, it's just.
I don't even know what gust of wind does. Okay, good to know. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. So moving further southeast, you all eventually begin moving toward your presumed destination, Bequalaza. And as you approach it, you begin to notice these sort of large outcroppings of rock. And eventually you notice the one that must be Bequalaza up ahead. But it's at this moment that you also see, far off in the distance, a massive stone tower looking overhead. You can see this indicated on the map as one of the stone towers on the exterior of Essrex. You don't know what this tower's purpose may be, but it stands very, very tall, looming overhead off in the distance. And it's about this time that you see a single sort of carved out section of these sort of outcroppings of rock that forms what looks to be a small tavern of some kind just outside of what is known as the Coyote Pass into Bequalaza.
Does the ley line we're still headed on the right course with the ley line, right?
It cuts directly through the city, it seems.
I see. Mm. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to look for some special weapon shop. Magic weapons.
All right. So you just go straight through the Coyote Pass into Bequalaza?
Sure.
All right, easy enough to do. You find yourself in this odd, very strange setup for a town. You basically enter what is, or at least what was, this oasis center. And looking up, you see these rocky outcroppings climbing hundreds of feet in the air all around you. There's basically this like singular walkway into the center, and there's just giant cliff faces with dugout holes where people used to live, though many of them, the vast majority, are abandoned, emptied. You see some of them still built up with their sort of like carved entryways and different elements of household, use. You see like carved beds and whatnot, and all of them just sort of left derelict and abandoned. While the center oasis here down in the center of Bequalaza is vibrant and relatively happening.
Cool.
And it's there where you make out a once prosperous oasis, now all but bone dry. All those with any real respect having left this area, leaving it as a sort of rotting cliffs that now holds up a black market. Moving through it, you see basically a den of thieves surrounded by these rotting cliffs, where presumably, what you've heard anyway, water is sort of peddled like gold. Moving through, you can begin to see various small shop setups and the like. One particularly large tent does catch your eye, with the large insignia, the flying armadillo, hanging overhead.
That's a good name.
Interesting.
But looking for weapon shops, there are many. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Shields. Armor, man.
Yes. Easy enough to do. You find a rather disreputable-looking shop that seems to house a variety of magical shields. You see a lizard folk manning the shop. He has sort of a rough scar over one of his eyes that sort of partially blocks it from its full vision. He looks up toward you and you see this like spiked mohawk over the top of him, his green scales aged and weathered in positions. He looks up. What it is I can do for you?
I was wondering if you could tell me about these shields that you have.
Sure, I can tell you about them, but only if you're someone who's looking to make a purchase. If you don't mind me asking, you don't look the type to be dealing in large quantities of gold.
I don't have the gold on me, but I am very interested in buying.
Don't have the gold on you is all I had to hear. Come along when you do.
Okay. I turn around and grab a shield and leave. No, I go straight back.
You see two huge dragonborns like step out of like the shadows nearby. Obviously, the muscle of the place as you make your way out.
Is there like actually a lot of shields like just chilling, or is it just a general armor?
The shop or the shops in general?
No, just this shop.
This shop seems to deal in magical shields. I mean, it looks like just shields. Yeah.
That's pretty nice. All right, I go back to Alec.
Yeah, that's the beauty of black markets. A lot of specialization. You head back to Alec?
Alec?
I'm going to have Ben landed and standing by Maribel. You just going to run off like that in this town?
I thought you were behind me.
I was above you, but regardless, I think all of us should be careful. From what I've heard of this town. What have we heard of this town?
It's a black market.
Yeah.
But there isn't really any global economy, so, it's fine.
My point is there may be thieves about it with the amount of currency that we have. I don't know. Just be careful. How much do you need?
Just give me 200 or something that's nothing crazy.
Okay.
Just to get in.
I'm going to go with him.
Bran, I would love your presence.
Cool.
Yeah, I give you... Shit, that's the thing, is I have 511 platinums and then 10 rubies. We need to find a way to sell these rubies.
One platinum is 100 gold, right?
10.
10 platinum
okay,
is
so then I'll just take 20 platinum, simple.
Why even sell the rubies when we could just trade them? I mean, they're more valuable than gold right now.
Are they?
My stone used to be valuable, and I got screwed over by a demon.
All right, so you return with Bran and 200 gold in pocket, or 20 platinum equivalent.
I do.
I'm going to find a bar.
Okay, there are several bars. If you don't want to actually enter the city, there is the Tower's Gaze on the outside. The first bar upon entering would be the Coyote Pass Inn, though there is also the Happy Dragons Men Club and the Flying Armadillo, as well as the Belly of the Beast.
Hold up, you did not say Happy Dragons Men Club and then just glaze over it like you did not just say that.
I did.
And Nugget and I both see the sign like at the same time and then look at each other.
Well, I'm a happy dragon.
Built high up in the cliffs, there is a large lift mechanism that can be used. However, it appears to be VIP only, with the other option being the 1,000 Stair Pass.
That doesn't sound as fun.
Doesn't sound as fun.
What do you think? And I'm gonna sort of flip the stone in my hand. I'm like, you think this get us in?
Maybe. You lead the way.
Savage, you stay here. I don't know what danger awaits in the men's club.
Savage just
Alex.
sort of like nods.
What if we, as soon as he turns his back, I'm gonna go, what if we just flew up there while he wasn't looking?
Well, Nugget wasn't looking?
Yeah. Because we're on Maribel, right?
Yeah, we can be, yeah.
Oh, well, if we're not, then...
Well, yeah, I mean, it's whatever, yeah. On, off. I don't care. Don't you think that might hurt Nugget's feelings?
We could say, race you up and then take off, and he wouldn't have a chance.
You give it a shot, but be careful with Maribel.
Okay.
I'm like, Tick, be careful with Maribel.
Tick. Okay. Wink. Hey, Nugget.
Wow, what?
Race you to the top, and then I'm gonna take off.
It is a very one-sided race, and you find yourself at the entrance to the very elegant Happy Dragons Men's Club.
Okay, now I'm bored, so I'm just gonna wait for everyone to get there.
Okay. You just point and laugh the whole time. We'll skip the other two of you for now and go to the two who are making their way back into the shield shop. Once again, this sort of scarred man looks up. I do hope you've brought the money this time.
I just show 1 platinum.
Well, that's a good start. What are you thinking you might be persuaded by?
I need something wooden. I don't fancy metal.
Sure, we got a little something for everybody here. We got wooden shields out the wazoo. What the particular are you looking for?
I don't think I understand. A shield's a shield. Am I mistaken? And I looked to Bran.
By the way I see it. You see, we had a recent good come by through there's a certain recently unearthed area nearby that we've been doing some how do you say it? Archaeological dig, so to speak. We got a variety of magical shields, things that might give you a little extra beef. Oh, something different, if that's what catches your eye.
I'm interested. How'd you? I don't fully comprehend. You have to educate me on this.
Well, you know what magic is, right?
Of course.
It's like that in a shield.
But what does the magic do to the shield?
Well, it certainly depends on what you're looking for, I suppose.
But that's the disconnect. What's the?
If it's something wooden you're looking for, there is. Well, let me show you my wares. He takes a step back, and he begins pulling out a couple of shields, particularly wooden shields. The first one he grabs. He says, "This one here is something particularly interesting I just come across not too long ago. You see, this shield, when activated, can provide sort of a cover for you and your allies. Makes a bit of a small little, what's the proper word for it? Hut or something similar.
Interesting.
And then there's this one. Nothing too fancy about this one except any boat or arrow and fire you away. You'll be attracted right to it. Wouldn't come near you and all your allies."
How stable is it? Will it break at all?
Oh, no. No, these magical shields are as tough as they come. Tougher than nails, where I hear it.
What about one that favors the solo person? These two seem to benefit the group.
A man after my own heart. That's what I like to hear. something more individually focused, well, I could lead you this direction. And he pulls out one. This one's the first painted shield that you've seen. It's painted in these greens and golds and has this emblem on the front of it that sort of harkens back to imagery from other continents, things you're not really familiar with here, like vibrant tree life and the like. And he says, well, this one will be more for you and you alone. It's able to absorb some amount of damage that would have been taken by you instead. This one in particular can absorb up to, I'd say, about 50 hit points. Pretty significant boost to your durability.
What happens after the...
Well, it can only take so much per day, and then these sorts of things start hitting directly.
Interesting. What else? Do you see anything interesting, Brian?
Right when you say what else, I say, how much?
Oh. For you, new customers, not from around these parts, if I'm not mistaken, wouldn't mind opening up a line of communique in addition to the sale.
Keep going.
Well, if you tell me a little something about what your plans here are, maybe I could cut the cost, but about right, such a shield could run you right in the neighborhood of 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Is that expensive usually, or what's your most priciest shield?
My priciest shields run more in the neighborhood of 40,000 gold pieces.
Do you mind if I see one? In the presence of protection, of course. I have no ill intent.
I'd love to show you one, but I'm afraid when such matters are concerned, I don't keep them on hand. And I'd need to see... Well, I'd need to hold on to some of the potential compensation, you see. Bit of a collateral.
Sure.
If you can hand me over 10,000 gold pieces, I'd be happy to show you my more specialty wares.
We don't have that on us, so I think we'll pass on that experience.
So be it.
Is there any way you could make this shield any less expensive for my friend?
Well, as I was saying, if you're interested in developing a open air conversation between the two of us, I think it could be beneficial to both this purchase and future purchases around these parts. I've got a lot of friends here doing good work, good mercantile, and the like. Could probably cut the cost down to 2,000 gold pieces.
This is a wooden shield, right?
As you'd asked.
I hold up my shield that's got the hand of Torm on it, knocked into the metal so that it's formed a hand on the outside. It's actually really similar to the Paladin front page, something like that.
Yeah.
Not quite as big of the hand, but something articulate. And I say I would be interested in something with this same symbol on it. Is that something you could do via wood or metal with the same type of powers that this shield has?
I'll do you one better. How about I take that one off your hands and prove it?
I would very much like that.
Well, that gives us a little bit more freedom in what you looking for? You looking for a sort of health sink like the one I just showed you, or something a little bit more specialized? I've seen this symbol once or twice. Some sort of godliness, is it not?
Of course, this is for the god Torm.
Well, I do know a man who could inscribe upon it certain runes that may be able to channel such godly powers.
Do you speak of powers in addition to what you had mentioned?
I say, in addition or separately or altogether, from what I hear, these particular engravings can aid in your ability to summon up the might of your god, make your attempts of communion more powerful.
I would very much like that. How long would it take to prepare such a thing?
I'd have to get in touch with my friend once again, but would be surprised if I could get it done by end of day tomorrow or the day after at the latest.
That is mighty quick.
I pride myself in a quick and efficient business.
I look to Sebney and I kind of whisper, do you suppose we can come up with that kind of money?
How much was it again? I was looking at the other shields.
Well, he had initially said 4,000, but talked about dropping it to 2,000.
Yep.
Well, I myself am in need of a shield too. What are your... Yeah, I think we could.
I asked from a standpoint of not really ever paying attention to how much money you guys have had.
We have the funding, of course, but, it's a matter of the group and if they want to spend it. Yeah, the politics.
Indeed.
I just simply need a better wooden shield. And I pull out mine, and it's just like this little gladius that's wooden. Probably about to break here in a minute. I just need something better than this. With a magical element, hopefully.
Well, it shouldn't be too hard to find. Can't imagine a much worse shield than what you're holding up there.
This one is older than me.
If you're just looking for a minor upgrade, I could always just get you a shield that's a little bit magically inclined. And he holds up a wooden shield, a pretty nondescript shield, but it would be +3 armor class as opposed to just +2.
How much for that one? I like the simplicity.
Something like this I could whip out relatively easily. I could probably sell it, let's say, 800 gold pieces.
It's not a bad trade. Is there anything greater than that, but lesser than what you were showing my friend here? Something in the 1,000 or 1,500 range that is beefier like that. I think we're closing in on what I need.
Of course, something like this with a minor alteration could get you in that range. In particular, maybe something like this. And he pulls out this sort of like very thin and long shield shaped oddly, and he holds it up, and you can see like panels of wood like break out into like a circle around it as he does. And he says, something like this could be in your price range. It is similar in its effects, meaning +3 armor class, but it has a little bit more to it. Particularly if you were to get hit by certain spells, it could probably absorb them, so to say.
Absorb them how?
Well, when you're cast on with certain magical abilities, a sword like a shield like this that can bring them to their knees. And basically, this shield would offer you, if you're attacked by a spell, it would give you advantage on the save, and in addition, it would give all spells targeted towards you a 20% chance of failure. This shield, a little bit more pricey, come in right at 1,600 gold pieces.
Interesting. And of course, could it go down at all?
Well, if you all are interested in making a friendship, I could do 1,200, but I'd need a couple of assurances from you that you wouldn't be dealing with other folks around these parts, besides my friends and I, you understand?
Of course. Then I believe we should get to talking. What do you think, Bran?
I agree.
Sounds like we may well have an accord between us.
Sounds like it.
In that case, I'll take this shield off your hands. You called him Bran, is that right?
Indeed. My name is Bran.
Real pleasure to meet you here, Bran. I'll have your shield whipped up. Thinking I can get it done by tomorrow and today, as I mentioned. It'll be souped up with those new runes for you, no problem. If you want to come by at the same time. And your name?
Sebney.
Sebney, you want to come by at the same time. With the money,
of course,
I believe we could make an exchange for the shield.
I think so too.
What do we agree upon?
Well, that's simple. And he sort of stands up and points to this small pin on his lapel. It's sort of this yellow marking. It looks almost like a half moon. He says, if the person you're dealing with doesn't have this symbol, I have a problem with that.
How many organizations are there here?
Well, there are 3 primary organizations. The one's a burgeoning newcomer. I don't think it'll last.
I understand that. Makes sense. We just don't conduct our business unless it's our family business now, I guess.
That's right. And if I do hear of you conducting any such business, it would be a problem for me. Be a problem for you, mostly, though.
Of course. I'm just in need.
We are men of honor, sir.
I never said you weren't.
We've struck an accord. We don't need to hear about the punishment. You can trust us.
A man after my own heart. In that case, I'll plan to see you tomorrow.
Indeed.
A couple of shields.
I offer up my hand and shake.
He shakes your hand.
Cool. Then we're off.
I tell Sebney, I say, I sure hope the group is okay with this.
We'll see.
He nods as you walk away. I'll best get to work then. Looks like I got a fair share to be done.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Meanwhile, Nugget, Alec, you guys are making your way towards this lift, and you see a couple of larger human individuals standing there, both arms crossed as you walk up. Got a problem?
My name's Nugget.
I didn't ask.
I've never had someone react that way before.
What's this establishment?
Let's see the lift. Ain't no establishment.
I'm a happy dragon myself and would like to enter this facility.
I'm sure you would.
Here, take something for your troubles.
Roll a persuasion check.
Is that the gym? Or the
Yeah.
Yeah, not the ruby, but the gym.
15 minus 1 is going to be a 14.
He looks up. Drayton appreciates a man with good taste. And he reaches over and grabs the gem and says, "Welcome. Step onto the lift."
Much obliged. Can I, like, come and go? Like, will you remember me? Or, like...
He, like, looks down at the gem. "I'll remember you, yeah."
Thank you, the kind sirs. I go up for, like, a handshake, and then I'm like, that's...
They still have their arms crossed.
Right, okay. I'm just going to sneak around you here. Oop. Let me squeeze right past you there, bud.
They move out of the way. Alec, do you also walk on?
Try to like...
I'm gonna like nudge Alex. I'm like...
Yeah. The two of you walk on. They begin pulling a mechanism that raises. It's sort of like it's uneven, like half it'll be raised higher than the other half the time. And as you slowly make your way upward, it does lead you directly up to this outcropping in the top of this rock cliff that makes up the entrance to the Happy Dragon Men's Club.
Well, what took you so long?
I can't fly.
Well, I suppose that's a good explanation, actually. You see, I can't fly either naturally, but luckily I was sitting on top of Maribel, who Alec graciously loaned me so that I could say...
Let's go see what being a man is all about.
Okay. Walking inside, you see this sort of rough-hewn doorway that there's no...
I'm going to wait outside. You guys enjoy yourselves, though. I'm going to flip you each a platinum.
Alec, I appreciate this wholeheartedly, but what do you mean? Why aren't you coming with?
I'll be in shortly. I just kind of want to find a lay of the land.
All right, but I better not have wasted that gem getting us in for nothing.
I highly doubt you did.
I look at the platinum and kind of frown and then throw it back to him as it looks too normal.
Oh, okay.
You could give that one to me. I could...
Yeah, that's fine.
Wow, great.
So you guys approach. There's basically a doorway, but there's no door. It's just sort of this like rough-hewn outcropping into the side of the rock face here. And you do see there's a man there, just like staring you down. You see he has a blue sort of like jagged tattoo on his forehead.
What is it of?
It just looks like a jagged like symbol of some kind. Like almost like a lightning bolt, but not really.
Hello, sir. We are two men looking for other men.
Yes.
So one of you was lifted up. That's quite the achievement. I do say it is the Lord's here tonight, so be on your best behavior when you get inside.
Oh, don't worry. I'm always on my best behavior. I behave to impress.
Speaking of, what was the name the guy gave me? It started with a D. Denrin or something?
Drayton.
I knew that.
Make us insight check every time we forget that name.
Then I finally wrote it down that time because I had the chance. But all right. So can we just walk on in? Or...
Like I said, be on your best behavior, but come on in.
By the way, I really like your tattoo.
Thank you. You'll see quite a few people now with it. It's the marking of our organization.
Met a guy named Vendrick once. He had very similar face tattoos. Do you know him?
Can't say I've made the acquaintance. Is he from around these parts?
He's from Essrex.
All right. So am I suppose.
Well, you know, if you ever see him, you could talk about face tattoos.
Will, if
I
I
should
ever...
get going.
Yeah. All right. Making your way inside, you see two satin curtains steps that hang down. You kind of make your way through. It's odd because you went from this like desert exterior, these rocky sort of outcroppings, into a pretty lush looking common room here with these sort of like tunnels that dig deeper into the cliff face, presumably into separate rooms. But this main central room here, you see laid out these long sort of oblong cushions that a lot of the patrons here are relaxing on, some laying down, some sitting, all enjoying a variety of drinks. And you do see this large circular bar in the center with these cushions all around it. The bar is very happening. You see lots and lots of people here, many of them with the same blue tattoo over their right eye.
Hey, Tick. Do you have any idea what the hell's going on here?
Well, it looks like a party to me.
Moving forward, in particular, you do see one extremely large, like sort of almost like looks like an armchair kind of cushion that a man is relaxed down into. In particular, he appears to be an orc, a one-legged orc with an eye made of red glass that the two of you recognize as a piece of heart.
Holy shit.
It's his actual eyeball?
It's replacing his eyeball. He's just kind of like relaxed back, and you see what appear to be 4 very scantily dressed women dancing around him, presumably for his enjoyment.
Whoa. Tick, do you see that?
Hey, Nugget.
Do you think
Do you
you
see
can
that?
steal that crystal too?
Oh my god.
I think I could. I have just the place to put it.
Well, hopefully it's not anywhere near me.
No, I think it's an entirely different dimension than the one you're on.
What? Oh, is this something to do with that when you wrote down all of your thoughts you were talking about, you know?
That's the stuff. We got to come up with a plan.
How about you go over there and... Oh my god, can you turn invisible, Tick?
I actually can turn invisible. But I can't turn invisible and cast fog cloud at the same time.
Tick, what if there was hypothetically a way you could turn invisible and cast fog cloud?
If there were a way I could turn invisible and cast fog cloud, then he could never see me because I would be invisible in the cloud
And
fog.
he will take his eye, so he especially can't see you.
Right.
Tick, what if I...
He does have another eye.
Take that one too. Take both eyes just to be safe. Tick, what if I theoretically had a potion of greater invisibility I could give to you?
Then I could cast fog cloud. Or I could also...
Maybe we should talk to him first.
I don't know. I think we could just grab the heart and then go and get out of this town. I have Maribel. We don't even have to wait for the others.
Should we talk to the other ones, though? Like, what if they don't want to do this?
I don't know. I feel like they'll tell us not to do it. This might be one of the times when it's best just to go for it. Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Sending you guys in there.
Tick, do you ever think that, you know, the others, they look down on us a little bit?
Yes, which is why we should prove to them that we can do this. This is our chance to prove our worth to the group.
Right now, I imagine Alec, you know, he's like, no, don't do that. That's irresponsible. And Sebney will be like looking down on us like, that's I'm gonna make sure you don't get any gold pieces because I'm and
Let's prove them wrong.
They discourage the little guys like us, but I think we're worth something.
Oh my god.
What if you started a bar fight and then I, in the confusion, went invisible and stole this guy's eye? Wait. What if I painted a fake eye and then I could switch the eyes?
That's literally the best idea I've ever heard in my entire life.
There is nothing that could go wrong with this plan.
I feel like this guy's kind of important, though, if he has a bit of crystal in his eyeball.
You assume that he's
maybe.
the lord of the city, yes.
Right.
Or maybe he's just some guy that stumbled upon a cool crystal and didn't know what it was,
Maybe
and
we
then
should
put it in his eye.
we should chat with him first and like act like we belong here. So like when he gets his eye stolen, he doesn't suspect
He
us
doesn't think
immediately.
it's us.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go introduce ourselves.
Okay. We should probably use fake names though.
I'll be Tick.
And I'll be Tick Tick, but the first tick will be the second tick, and the second tick will be the first tick.
Maybe we should just do our regular names. I don't know. I'm so nervous. I don't usually think about schemes like this.
I'm constantly scheming.
All right. Let's just go on over.
Stay loose, Nugget. Stay loose.
All right. Hey, Drayton, is that you?
He looks up. Excuse me for a moment, ladies. The girls just kind of walk up.
This dude's a fucking pimp.
Oh no, we're not ladies. We are actually gentlemen, which is why we're in this club.
I was not speaking to you, but now I am. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, sir. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Oh,
Does he stand up?
No.
Okay, I figured. I didn't know if there was something going on there.
The pleasure is all mine. Can I get you something to drink?
Do you have scorpion juice?
What?
Well, out in the deserts of Essrex, we take scorpions and we juice them.
Try dragonfire tea. He like points to the waiter and he just puts up like a 2.
Whoa, okay.
It's pretty quickly somebody comes over with 2 like these like long thin glasses, and on the top they actually like light it on fire. So like a little bit of flame.
Ah, what do I do?
Whoa.
Says,
Alec would love this.
says, well, you can blow it out if you're afraid.
Is that supposed to? I mean, yeah. We light drinks on fire where I'm from too. Bottoms up.
Clink.
Sip the flame.
Roll a Constitution saving throw, both of you.
25. I'm a bit hardy.
I got a 23.
He like, sits up. I've never actually seen anybody drink it with fire. What?
Well, we're kind of bad at it.
He just like seems like stunned. He's like, "What the fuck? These guys are insane."
And I've never seen someone with quite so interesting eyeballs.
Yes.
Dick, was that too direct?
No, I think that was very subtle.
Okay.
You're doing great.
He looks up, and for the first time, he seems like interested in you, and he says, "Who did you say you were again?" And that is where we're gonna pick up next time. Whew.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Long session.
I was just like, do you think you can steal this one too? Like, either that or you need to talk him into giving his eye to you somehow. I want to see you convince a man to remove his own eyeball and give it to you.
That'd be a little wacky.
It happened.
I'm so glad Alec decided to leave us alone.
Yeah.
Like,
Me too.
the fucking chances, man.
We're about to come back and be like, Alec, can we have some money?
I think I'll join this third faction, whatever insignia that is. Of course, you're about to like steal from the lightning bolt people.
Alec is either going to he's going to be standing like outside of this place, and we're just going to book it, and we're holding the part of the crystal heart, and we're like, Alec, we need to go. Or we come out and we both have those face tattoos, and we're like, Alec, they made us part of their gang.
Yeah, and me and Bran have the like little lapel thing. And just
Actually-
like, oh hell no.
I actually pictured me trying to figure out if the ley line like cuts through the town, and I'm like outside, like kind of like, and then I like hear like a ruckus and smoke coming from the building behind me, and realize it's probably you guys.
We're running away on fire. Currently on fire as we're running.
Derek, I just texted you a possible scheme. I'd check it out. It's a good one.
Oh my fucking! It's terrible. I love it.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I like how you guys left the two shit to serve.